In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of my favorite Mexico-only available tequila. Right here on the Tequila Hombre, coming up next. Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre. Of course, your only source for unbiased and honest reviews that, well, I'm not paid by any brands to do anything. So you get the most honest and unbiased information you could possibly get on the internet right here. And welcome. Today, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting review of one of my favorite Mexico-only tequilas. It's every time I go to Mexico, I always make sure to grab some bottles before I come back because you can only buy it in Mexico. And that brand is, drum roll please, the Reserva De Los Gonzalez tequila. Now, this tequila is amazing. You can't buy it here in the US, at least not yet that I know of. You can only get it in Mexico. And the place where I get it is called Vinos de las Americas. And they're all over Guadalajara. So you can find them in a lot of different of the stores there. Some of the other stores that used to carry them don't carry them anymore. Now, a little backstory on this brand. This brand is actually made by Lalo Gonzalez. Now, not the Lalo Gonzalez that makes Lalo tequila, but his father. So this was made by the son of Don Julio Gonzalez. Now, Lalo that makes Lalo tequila is the grandson. So this is Lalo's dad. This is Lalo tequila maker's dad. He's no longer alive. Unfortunately, he passed. And so that's why Lalo tequila was actually named Lalo. It was named after his dad who made this tequila to honor him. So this is made out of NOM 1518, which is, of course, Casa de los Gonzalez, because it's the Gonzalez family's distillery. They make this agave like the way they should, right? They use brick ovens to cook the agave. They use a roller mill to extract the beautiful sugars from the agave fibers after they cook the agave. And then they use stainless steel vats to ferment in. And then, of course, after it is done fermenting, they then distill using stainless steel stills with copper coils. Now, because this is a Mexico only, the ABV on it is not 40%. It's actually lower. So the Blanco comes in at 38%. The Repo is at 36%. And the Añejo is at 38%. So that's it. Kind of about the information about how this is made and stuff. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get in the tasting portion and see what this tequila is all about. Now, these bottles were not provided by the brand for honest review. Instead, I purchased them on my last trip to Mexico and brought them back with me. So I paid for these bottles. And so I'm going to give you my honest review on them. So the batches of these, this batch is, let me see, it's got the batch number on it. So let me see if I can put it over some white paper so I can see it. So this is batch LB055G1796109. Now I'm going to start giving batch numbers because what a lot of people don't understand is that tequila from batch to batch can taste completely different. So I always get people all the time, they're like, I don't get those flavor notes that you do from my bottle, but it's because you could have a bottle from a different batch that has a different flavor profile. Not every bottle of tequila, not every batch of tequila is going to taste the same. So if you like one that you find, make sure you write down the batch number and try to find other bottles from that batch to enjoy before the batch is gone, because the next batch is going to taste completely different. And that's the nature of the beast, unless, of course, you use additives. So they don't use additives. So they just take whatever the barrels give them and do it right. And so each batch is going to have a different flavor profile. All right, so let's go ahead and pour a little bit of the Blanco. We'll start with the Blanco because the Blanco is the heart and soul of the brand. It has one of these bar-like pour tops. There you go. So it kind of trickles out, so it makes it easier for the bartenders to pour. So we'll go ahead and pour some in. All right, we got a lot in there. That's too much, but it's okay. So it is a screw top. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this in the glass. So looking at it in the glass, it's a full glass. Yikes. So looking at it in the glass, it coats the glass beautifully. You can see the legs and tears coming down. So it's got a nice viscous, creamy mouthfeel to it, which is what we love. Nice oily mouthfeel. And then it leaves some nice pearls on the glass afterwards. Looking at the tequila itself, it is crystal clear. Absolutely no floaties or anything in there. It looks great. All right, so of course, we always taste it with our eyes, our nose, and our mouth. We just taste it with our eyes. So let's see what we get on the nose on this. Make sure the sinuses are all clear. Okay, here we go. No, I haven't been drinking yet. All right, so on the nose, you get that beautiful cooked agave notes that come through. So that beautiful cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves, the baking spices that come through. Nice little citrus notes coming through, like blood orange. Nice little grassiness in there too. Some minerality to it. Nice mineral notes coming through. So you can tell they're using good mineral-rich water. This is the agave here for this are grown up in the Los Altos region, so it's going to be more on the fruitier side, and it definitely picks that up on the nose, but it just has that rich cooked agave notes that you like in a good Blanco. Very clean and effervescent, which is nice. Okay, so this will be my first sip of tequila for the day. Like I said, I'm not drunk. I'm just acting a little crazy right now because it's Tuesday. So we'll go ahead and get our mouth acclimated to a little bit of alcohol. So it's used to, was it 38%? Okay, we're good to go. Salud. Coats the mouth beautifully. Nice cinnamon and baking spice notes coming in on it. So nutmeg and cloves. Little hint of wet grass in there as well. Definitely some orange pith, some citrus with some of the bitterness that comes from the peel in there as well. Little hint of anise, a black licorice in there. Not a whole lot, just barely detectable on the top end of it. Nice sweet cinnamon note that kind of rides through to the end. It's a little bit of heat to it, not a whole lot, but just something that kind of makes the flavors just kind of explode into your sinuses, which is lovely. This is a really nice Blanco, really enjoyable. If you're a Blanco lover, you like good quality Blancos, you're gonna love this. This is just delicious. It's nothing wrong with it at all. I definitely could sit and enjoy this nice Blanco, sipping it in the afternoon with a good stogie. We go good with sushi as well. Just a lovely Blanco, well worth the price. I think I paid somewhere around like $39 for it in pesos in Mexico for it. Good price on it. If you're going to Mexico, going to Guadalajara, I highly recommend picking a bottle up. And so at least the Blanco, we've done the Blanco now. So let's see what we get on the Repo next. And we have the Añejo as well. So we'll take a look at all three of those. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go check out what the Repo's all about. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the Reposado. Now, the Reposado is 36%, not 38 like the Blanco. People ask, why did they do that? Typically, it's because they find that they get a better flavor profile by adding just a little more water to it and diluting it down a little bit. So they normally will do that based on what kind of flavor profile they add and what they want to do as far as a flavor profile for the brand. So let's get this thing to come. There we go. Gotta get some air into it first. All right. So this is the Repo. Repo is aged in American oak barrels for between 2 months up to 12 months. So let's see what we get on the glass. So looking at it in the glass, coats the glass beautifully. You can see the tears and legs coming down the glass. It's gonna have a nice viscous mouthfeel to it, nice silky smooth mouthfeel to it. Looking at the tequila itself, it is crystal clear and it's a light straw color. So wasn't a whole lot of color left in these barrels, which is fine. It doesn't mean there's no flavor in them. A lot of times when they previously used whiskey barrels and stuff, it's a lot of the color's gone because the whiskey took it out. All right, so let's see what we get on the nose. Got my nose a little too far in there. Definitely has that cooked agave notes that the Blanco had coming through on the top, but then picking up some dried fruit notes, some vanilla and caramel notes coming through. Lighter on the vanilla and caramel notes, but there's still not nice cooked agave notes to it. Little bit of like dried apricot coming through. It smells great. It smells just like a good reposado should. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor profile. Salute. Really silky mouthfeel on it. Nice cooked agave note up front. Little hint of apricot coming through. Dried fruit. Little touch of honey on the top of it. Some vanilla and caramel notes coming through. Mostly vanilla with a little hint of caramel on the end of it. Nice sweet cinnamon and vanilla note sitting on the tongue for a while. Lovely reposado. Really nice reposado. I could definitely sit and enjoy this with a nice medium-bodied stogie. Really easy to drink. No burn on this one at all. If you're somebody that likes smooth reposados, then you'd love this one. This is absolutely delicious. Glad I bought it and glad I have some more in the cabinet behind me. And if you head to Mexico, to Guadalajara, make sure you stop and grab some because this is absolutely delicious, especially if you're a reposado fan. All right, so now we're going to go on to the last expression, the añejo, next. All right, so now we're on to the añejo, also in previously used whiskey barrels. Añejos are from a year up to 3 years. You can tell it's previously used whiskey barrels because it's not very dark. And of course, it's American oak, so. Whoops. You have to turn this up, get some air into it, and then bring it down again, and then it'll pour nicely. That's the way these tops work. They're made for bartenders. And so you can't pour too fast. Again, this brand is Mexico only. You only get it in Mexico. And the only place I've been able to find it in the last couple of years has been Vinos Americas. So, looking at it in the glass, coats the glass beautifully. Look at the legs and tears coming down. It's gonna have a nice viscous mouthfeel to it, even more than the Repo looks like. Looking at the color of it, it's a little darker, kind of a copper color, light copper color. Looks beautiful. On the nose, ooh, yeah. Come to daddy. How creepy does that sound? All right, it's got some really nice, the cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves are right there on the front of it. And then nice cherry note that comes through. Slight hint of apricot in there as well. And then a beautiful sweet vanilla and caramel notes that come through. Not artificial, but from the barrel. And it smells like a wonderful añejo. It does. It smells really nice. I have smelled a lot of añejos in my day. You can look at the shelves behind. I know what a good añejo smells like. This one smells like a really nice añejo. So, all right, I'm looking forward to putting it in my mouth. So let's not waste any more time. Salud. Coats the mouth beautifully. Nice, silky, smooth texture on the mouthfeel. Still some nice cinnamon and baking spices there, but then you're just getting this nice vanilla note that comes through, some caramel, definitely a hint of cherry in there, some dried fruit as well. Nice honey top note coming through on it, so like a sweet honey note on the top. No burn at all whatsoever. Extremely easy to drink. This could be dangerous, especially with a good stogie. I could sit with this after dinner with a good stogie and just polish off half a bottle. It's delicious. It's really good. If you like a really good, well done añejo that's not over oaked, this is a great option, especially if you're looking for a Mexico only tequila when you're visiting Guadalajara. All right, well, there you go. How would I rate the brand? I'd give it a solid 4 agave across the board. Really delicious. Well, well worth the price. Well worth the pickup if you go to Mexico and stumble into one of the Vinos de Americas or Vinos de los Americas, something like that. Delicious stuff. I'm glad I have them on the shelf. They used to have an extra añejo, and I think I still have a couple bottles of extra añejos from previous years that I bought that are on the shelf, but I didn't have a chance to dig through them. But if you guys comment below that you want to hear about the extra añejo, if we get enough people that comment, I want to hear about the extra añejo in the comments, I will do a review on the extra añejo. But as far as I know, they're not doing extra añejo anymore. They just do the Blanco, Repo, and añejo. And this is the family that's kind of keeping this line going to honor Eduardo, the senior Eduardo Gonzalez. Really good. If you liked the information I shared in this video, make sure to click the thumbs up and give me a like. If you're new to the channel and you like honest, unbiased reviews like the one I just did, where I'm not being paid by any brands to do commercials, you won't see me doing commercials for any cheap agave distillates or anything like that, because I refuse to be paid by the brands. They want a review. They need to send bottles for an honest, unbiased review, and that's exactly what I give you guys. I promised you from the beginning, and I'm holding steady on my promises. All of my funding comes from you guys, from watching the videos, as well as those of you that support me with your memberships here on YouTube. Thank you so much for being members and supporting me. And for all of you that support me on the Discord group for the Tequila Barrel and Agave Collective, where we get you those special batches and the special buys and stuff that I put together as my way of saying thanks. We have a great community on Discord. If you want to join the community, there you get access to me asking questions about things that are coming up. I tell you about new things that are coming out that I get information from the brands about. All kinds of great information. You just got to participate in the Discord community. You can do so by clicking on the link below in the description. There's a link to join. It's $10 a month. That goes to helping fund what I do here and support my work. And then you get some great benefits from it as well. And until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So hey, if you're heading to Guadalajara and you're looking for something that's Mexico only that you can't buy in the United States, Reserva De Los Gonzalez is like my #1 pick. Grab some, pick some up. You'll love it. Salute. Bye, guys.